doing a large fundraising effort to endow our religious school to help it make it affordable to anyone in honor of Rabbi Leslie Gutterman, who has been with our synagogue for 45 years.
The school is an interesting vehicle for our temple. We believe it's the gateway to our community, enabling us to reach out to young families with children who are looking for a quality Jewish education. School's the beginning. It's where the teaching is, and it sort of embodies less.
It was really Stuart's vision, and not only did the executive committee work together and discuss this, but we also brought in our former presidents and brought them as part of the conversation. Stuart went and spoke to Les. And Les was, Les is so humble. Les is, no, you don't need to do that for me. You don't need to do that for me. And then Stuart went back to Les, along with myself and Judy Mosley and Ruby Shalansky. And we said, this is really an opportunity for people to show their love for you. And Les, I know he put a lot of thought into this, and finally he said, okay.
People have treasured memory of Rabbi Gutterman, and this campaign was just one way to express their gratitude. So I don't know how people can understand how grateful I am to be able to be part of this campaign. This has been an honor for me and a way that I hopefully can honor my rabbi.
There's been so many elements of this, but one of them was Dr. Chazen, who's an esteemed member of the community and a great supporter of Rhode Island arts. He really felt this was also an opportunity to have an art rendering done on the outside of our building that could distinguish the Rabbi Leslie Yale Gutterman Religious School at our synagogue.
We have a generous donor in Dr. Chazen who we immediately brought on board. And obviously we said, how do we make a hallmark or stamp this campaign and honor Les and forever have his name etched on our building?
And what evolved couldn't be a more beautiful rendering of honoring our past, honoring Rabbi Gutterman, and honoring our future. And I'm very proud. It's beautiful. This is about people who love our synagogue, who love Les, who love the legacy that we are going to help create.
Dr. Chazen was terrific. He has worked with artisans in the state and outside of the state, and immediately mentioned Tracy Mahaffey.
I've been a member of the temple since about 1970. Les has been the rabbi since the same time. He's been involved in all of the life cycle events, bar mitzvahs, weddings, funerals, namings, everything, and we've been very close friends. At his 40th anniversary, I helped create the piece that's in front of the temple by Jonathan Bonner to symbolize the role that Les has played in the community. And as he was referred to, he's Rhode Island's rabbi.
We're at a meeting one day, and we were talking about how we were going to make a sign or something to remember this great occasion. Gail Solomon, she said, well, what about carving the stone that's there for carving? And we're going, what are you talking about?
Well, the architect was Percival Goodman. It was completed in 1954. So that stone slab has been sitting blank since 1954, just waiting for something to happen.
With that in mind, I have known Tracy Mahaffey for the past several years. She was an artist in my Networks project, and she also carved the stones that are in my farm. So I asked her if she would be interested in looking at the project, and she was. And then the temple created a committee, and the committee took it from there.
When I was asked to work on this project and I found out that Tracy was the artist who would be doing this, I was very excited. I'm in awe of her work.
The process actually, I think, suits me almost to a T. I've had a mallet chisel in my hand for almost 30 years now. It's pretty low tech, pretty slow in speed, but for me, that's where I can really work on my details.
We were trying to think of something more original or something that really reminded us of Rabbi Gutterman. All of a sudden, I just had this visualization of sitting in services in the sanctuary, and we have this beautiful sculpture around the ark, which Rabbi Gutterman loves.
I love details, and I can't get enough of them. And the way you can pull them out with a nice little light tap of a mountain chisel, for me, it's the best.
And Tracy came back with a drawing, and she was so touched by it. That is just the perfect way to have this wonderful dedication to our rabbi of 45 years.
And what she did was she took a motif from the Ibram Lassaw sculptures and used that as a background, and then superimposed onto that motif the logo of Temple Beth El. She's using it in a way that it's never been used before. Because this project is equal parts design and art, it has an objective of identifying the school and also really expressing the culture of Temple Beth El. And it was my job to really bring Tracy and Temple Beth El together.
You know, it all begins by sitting down at the table and just discussing what we're doing, what we want to see.
The process that we experienced together in influencing the design of the art was an honor to be a part of.
And Tracy was so open to this kind of input and direction. I mean, she was hungry for it, and she has no ego. She was so willing and to listen to what we wanted and to get it right for us.
I actually did some sample letters for this particular job, you know, because a lot of people don't understand fully an incised letter or a relief work. And they wanted to understand what would that look like, just so they can understand that it's a V-cut and the way the light hits it. So it's as much stuff as I could bring to the table to try to get that person to see what I'm seeing and how I will produce it.
One of the incredible things about her work is that she hand draws the letter forms. They're not a font. They'll never exist again.
I chose a letter style that is what we call a sans serif letter. It doesn't have those nice gentle wisps that you see in a classic Roman.
And there's something really wonderful about the way she chose to draw them for this project.
I wanted something a little more bold. I wanted something a little more, and fitting with the building. You know, the building's from the 1950s. It's got a very modern kind of feel to it. You don't want to put like a classic letter on it.
They're very generous proportions. The letters are wide and open without being extended. And in that respect, I think they're very expressive of Rabbi Gutterman and his generosity. And she got that.
And it was really neat to just see how everybody would kind of look at the letters. And some folks would notice, well, that one's leaning a little bit. And it was great to have everyone's eyes on it. And we just tweaked it all, got it all right, learned a lot about letters. I taught them all these different things. And it was really kind of a fun experience.
What it really does more than anything is speak to how precious Rabbi Gutterman has been to this community over the years, ensuring that his legacy will endure.
I didn't come here to just impart a design on this building or this community. I came here to bring a design that they wanted.
It's beautiful. It will be here for us in perpetuity, and it really marks Les's legacy here at the temple.
This is a perfect opportunity to do a living memorial. It's about this amazing rabbi and this beautiful community here. I'm just the vehicle to get this up on the building.
We are extremely pleased.